This job is to build a database of real estate properties by going to one site, pulling most of your information from that one site, entering that into a spreadsheet, and then going to several other websites to pick up more information about that property. I've written a set of instructions that you'll see in the bid package, and those instructions include a statement of the objective, and that's basically to fill in that spreadsheet, and I have some general instructions below that. You're going to end up with 138 properties in your spreadsheet when you're done. The URLs that you will need are all listed in a section labeled URLs you will need. The first one is the Google spreadsheet. In this video, I'm going to walk through an example of entering the information for one of the properties, and then you can work out how you want to do that if you decide to do this project. So the Google spreadsheet that is going to capture all of your information about the properties is linked here. I'm going to click on that and open that just to show you. It's a shared Google spreadsheet. So in the spreadsheet now are two properties. Each row represents one property and all the information about that property. We have the address, lot number, description, lot size, category, page URL, map URL, that's the Google map URL, a tax bill ID, and taxes due. And if we go back to our instruction sheet, we can look at the next URL in the list, and if we click on that, that'll give us the location of the details of the properties. If you look here, you'll see that this is property or record number 2 out of 138, and I can cycle through the different properties by hitting the next key or hitting the previous key. So I've entered, well, number 1 is just an overall description of the entire database. You don't have to deal with that. Number 2 is in our spreadsheet already. That is 7310 Hanover. That's this one. And number 3 is also in the spreadsheet. So the next one up is number 4. And this is 922 Edinburgh. Now to make it easier to fill out this spreadsheet, I'm going to take this tab and I'm going to drag it onto my desktop to create a separate window, and I'm going to align these to be side by side to make it very easy to copy from one to paste to the other. You can do that if you like, or if you've got another way of doing it, feel free to do it the way that works best for you. Now on this window I have the address. I copy this address and I paste it into the address field, and then I'll also have information like lot number. I select the lot number here and I paste the lot number here. There's a field for the description, and the description is labeled as the description, and I copy that and paste that in the description field. There's also a field in the spreadsheet where I put the lot size. The lot size is actually embedded in the description field. It is of this format, and I'm going to copy that and paste that into the spreadsheet. Also, information like category and page URL are also arrived at, you also get that from the spreadsheet. The category is just listed as category, it's a lot, and the page URL is simply the URL of that page. And just to show you, we copy paste that page URL here. I've not filled in the other information here because you already have an example. Okay, so the other bits of information that I need to get, I have to go to other websites for the map URL and tax bill ID. So if you go back to the instruction sheet, the map URL is simply just going to Google Maps. I've included the link. And if you watch here, I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to drag this Google Map tab over into the other window, and I'm going to drop it so that I again have my spreadsheet and my website side by side. And typically you just use the normal process for mapping something on Google. You select the address, You put it into the search window, you select paste and then search, and that brings up the Google map of that property. I copy the URL in the address field, and I put that in the section that says map URL. Okay, and now we've got it. And then there's just two more pieces of information that you need. The instruction sheet says to go to this particular URL. I'm going to drag that over here like I did before so that we're side by side. Accept the disclaimer, this is in the instruction sheet. And then I'm going to select the, in this case I do need the address, but I only need the first part of the address, the number and the street. I don't want the comma and I don't want the city. And I basically just select it here. Now in this case, this site is not allowing me to select the search field. So I'm going to reload that because I think it may not have loaded correctly. You might have to do the same. Okay, I'm accepting the disclaimer again. And I want my cursor. There we go. Now I've got the cursor. And I paste. And this is going to bring up a window that includes additional detail about the property. I'm going to scroll down. And it looks like I jumped around a little bit on the spreadsheet. So I entered in the address for record number 3, Clematis, rather than record number 4. So I hope this is not confusing. So this part of the example is showing how you pull up the tax bill ID for record number 3. And I see the tax bill identified here, and this is the ID. And then I go into the tax bill ID section and I just manually type that number in. Unfortunately, this website does not allow me to click to select this ID, so I have to type it in. And then after I have the ID, I select it, copy it, and then I go back to my instruction sheet for the last step. And that's to get the taxes due. And I'm going to select that URL. I'm dragging this over here so that I have a side-by-side view. And then I paste the tax bill ID into this tax bill number field and select Find My Taxes. And if I scroll over, that tells me that the total taxes due is 0. No taxes due on this account, so I enter in a 0. And then you're done. And then you start the process over again. You move over to select the next property, and you start it all over again with your address, lot number, category, description, lot size. Lot size is here. Okay? All right, that's the end of this video. Thanks, bye.